Hey guys, this is Coach Emily from Bold and Badass Fitness. I'm here with Helen.
Hi.
Helen's dying of a coughing fit. That's okay. We're really going to punish her now. So today I'm going to show you guys a few tips to clean up your squat form. All the time I see people squatting out in the wild, not in my gym. Out in the wild, people are squatting. All the time I see people squatting with just a few little things. The form could be really, really good. And so I want to show you a few ways that you can get a little extra punch out of your squats. If you're doing these at home, these could be body weight squats, they could be barbell or dumbbell squats. I'm going to have Helen show you today with a barbell what we want to do. So let's look at two things. First, we're going to look at depth in the squat, how to find your perfect squat depth, how to know if you're going low enough in there to really like maximize what you're getting from it. And then we're going to look at hip extension and how to know that you're finishing the squat appropriately. So let's look at Helen. Helen's going to show us a shallow squat to begin.
Okay.
All right, Helen. So she's walking out of the rack, and without going to the box to start with, I want you to take a little step forward. There you go. Show us your half squat, sort of.
Half squat?
Yep. Yeah, right there, good. And then coming back up. So this is something we see all the time is people are squatting, but they're not getting to where their hips and knees are parallel. So I want you to go for the full squat now and just pause at the bottom. There we go. So if we take a look here, go a little bit lower. Yeah, right. So this is what we're looking for, that the hip flexor is at the same height as the knee or below it. All right, Helen, go ahead and show us 2 or 3 squats like that. Really max out the depth. Good. Now, Helen's an experienced lifter. This is not her first time under a barbell, so she's good at having the proprioception to find that perfect depth. If you are not used to this, go ahead and rest, Helen. If you're not used to finding that depth, what you're going to do is use one of these, either a box. You could also be using a bench if you have weight benches in your gym, or you could use a chair if you're at home. Find something that allows your butt to be at that level. Now she's going to go ahead and squat for us. Show us 2 or 3 there. Good. She's just using the box as a proprioceptive tool. If we take a look, just until it touches. Go ahead and pause at the bottom this time. All right, so there we are at that perfect level. See how the shins are level with the knee, or sorry, not the shins, the femur is level with the floor. Go ahead and come up, Helen. All right, good. Now, so that box is a great tool. Go ahead and rest for a second. That box is a great tool for finding your perfect depth there. Experiment with different heights. Different types of squats may require you to go a little lower or a little higher. If you have knee pain, you may not want to go as low, so that's something worth considering. And if you have specific questions about that, let me know, because we can talk about how to modify for knee pain. I know that's an issue for a lot of people. The next thing that we're going to look at in her squat is how to tell that she's finishing it, how to tell that she's getting perfect hip extension. So I'm going to turn you guys around again to watch Helen squat one more time. So now you're going to show us that partial extension that we looked at before. Go ahead.
Partial?
Yep, so you're going to go down and come back up and just don't finish it. There we go. So I see this all the time. If you take a look here, she's kind of sticking her butt out. It's behind her shoulders. When she finishes it, go ahead and squeeze. Her hips should be directly underneath her shoulders here, right? So how you can tell that you're in the right spot is that alignment. You can use a mirror for this. Helen, I want you to go ahead and give us 2 or 3 more squats.
Improperly?
Show us one squat and finish it with the back extension. There we go. So this is fake extension, not real. That's okay. She's so good at doing it well, she can't do it poorly on purpose. Show us the low back extension finish. So she squats, comes up, and leans way back behind it. See how she's leaning back here? It looks like it's finished because her hips are under her shoulders, but it's actually because her shoulders are back, not because her hips are forward. This time she's going to do it right. Go ahead and finish at the top. Good. Now, when she finishes, she's squeezing her butt. I'm pointing at your butt on camera. I hope that's okay. She's squeezing her butt. Okay, rest. Go ahead and rest. She's squeezing her butt cheeks super, super hard at the top of the squat. And what that does is it allows for her to get full activation of the glutes. It stretches out the quads a little bit, makes sure that everything is finished in a safe and stable position where she's easily aligned to start the next rep. The bonus with this is if you start in a good position, if you start where your shoulders are over your hips and your back is flat, you'll be able to stay in that position longer as you're squatting in the next squat. So you actually get safer, stable, more stable, stronger squats as you go on. So what I want you to to think about when you're going for that perfect hip extension on the squat is rather than leaning way backwards to try and make it happen, think about squeezing your butt cheeks together at the top, like you're trying to like squeeze a penny in your butt cheeks, or like you're trying to squeeze juice out of an orange. Really, really squeeze, and that's going to help get that perfect hip extension. So those are your two things you can do to make your squat better: going to full depth, finding an object to help monitor the depth, and really practicing getting deep in the squat. And the other one is going to full extension at the top, practicing squeezing your butt and getting the hips as far forward as you can while keeping them directly under the shoulders. So those are your tips for the squat. Go ahead and try them. Let me know if you guys have questions, especially if those questions are around modifications or something that you want to see next time. So that's all I have today. Go ahead and say bye, Helen.
Bye.
Bye. All right, thanks, guys.